your book is only for your reference. Okay, like the main thing in grade 8 and onwards also, that you have to clear up your concepts. Okay, the concept should be clear because you have to attempt the past papers in the end. In the end also, and in the middle also, like we study one or two topics and then we attempt some of the past paper questions, so that you know that these type of questions can come in exams. Okay, they'll come. So the concepts are like, the topics are old, okay, but much deeper study of those topics. Like first topic is, as you can see, states of matter, chapter 1. Okay, it's really easy. So let's discuss them.
Oh.
Projector. Is it okay, girls? Okay. States of matter, chapter 1. You can use the old book also, okay? The topics in the new book and the old book, they are the same. There are certain changes, like very few changes. Okay, some of the subtopics are changed, some paragraphs. Then I will keep on sending you the PDF of the new book. Okay, so and I will let you know also which topics are different. So you can consult the PDF for that if you have an old book. Okay, if you're using the old book. And the presentations also, these presentations are also from the new edition book. Okay, so first is states of matter. So what's a matter? Very common question. Yeah, matter is anything which occupies space. The girls who are online, please keep on like saying something. Okay, so that I know that you are present.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
you are listening. Which occupies space and has mass. Okay, anything. So it's a basic question. In chemistry, like in the starting, you should know that what is a chemistry. So chemistry is the study of this matter. Okay, so everything around us is a matter, like either it is solid or liquid or gas. Okay, so anything, if you can see some anything around us, living or non-living things, okay, they are made up of solid, liquid or gases. So they are matter. So they occupy some space, okay, and they have mass also. Okay, gas particles also, like gas particles, you can see they are very far from each other. They have lots of empty spaces between them. That is why they're very light in weight. Okay, they're very light in weight, but they have mass. Okay, they contain some weight. Okay, although in points, but they have. Okay, so everything around us has certain mass and they occupies a space, so it's a matter. So chemistry is basically the study of matter, the changes which happen in matter, and what is a matter, how it reacts to certain conditions, how it reacts to temperature, pressure, different volumes. Okay, its color change, state change, all of these things we will study in chemistry. Okay, so that is why in the starting of chemistry, or starting of every grade chemistry, it starts from matter, states of matter. Okay, so the three states of matter, you're already familiar of these things, so I will just go through
Solid,
them
liquid,
very
and gas.
quickly. Yes, solid, liquid, gas. Is there any fourth state?
No.
Hmm? No. It's plasma.
Oh.
Okay, plasma is just information, extra information. Plasma is the fourth state of matter and it's not present on the earth. Like it's very difficult to achieve. It is present in the, like outside, on different planets. Okay, on very different
Okay.
planets it's present and it's very rare. It's difficult to achieve because the plasma state contains no particles. There are no particles in it.
Then how
Okay.
is it matter?
Hmm?
Then how is it matter?
Because it occupies, it's like a gas. Okay, it's a gas, but there are no particles, it's only wave. Okay, waves or rays, because there are no particles in it, but it contains a mass also. Okay, so it's a matter state, but there are no particles. So it's like this, that if you have a box, okay, and you put a vacuum here, so this box, it will the vacuum will suck all the particles. It will take all the particles with it, and then the state which is achieved in this box is known as vacuum state or plasma state, without any particle. Okay,
Okay.
So we'll study these three only, solid, liquid, and gas, because they are present on the earth, and we have to study the particles, okay, how they behave and what are the changes which are caused in them. And the atoms also, the atoms, elements, or the molecules, whatever like these, all these things which we study in chemistry, they are also either solid, liquid, gas, or semi-solids, means they are states of matter, they contain particles. So we study all of them in chemistry. Now for solid particles, on this page, the introduction is written, okay, and this word fluid, fluids. Do you know what is fluid? That that is, yeah, able to flow. Anything that can flow. Flow means um, they can move easily, easy movement, easy and smooth movement, okay, or they can like move in any direction, okay, any direction. So like liquids, if you spill water on the ground, so it moves in any possible direction, okay, whatever direction is possible for it, so whatever space it finds, it will start moving randomly, okay. And the gas also, when you pop a balloon, then the gas comes out, okay, and it moves in any direction, okay. So that is why liquids and gases, they can flow, they are known as fluids, okay, they are fluids. So the substances which can flow, they are known as fluids, okay. So solids, why the solids cannot flow?
Because they're tight.
The particles are tightly packed
Yeah.
together.
They are tightly packed together, they have strong attractive forces, so the solid particles, solid structure is uh, is like this, it has a tightly packed structure, okay. The molecules, the particles are very close to each other, they have no empty spaces or very very less empty spaces, and the force of attraction between them is very very strong, okay. So this force of attraction, it does not let these particles to, it do not let these particles to move, okay, to move easily, to flow easily. They will not let these particles to leave their place, so they moved at their own place, the particles. What is their movement called? The movement of solid particles.
Vibration.
Yeah, very good. Good, vibration. So the particles, they move at their own place, and their movement is known as vibration. So all the particles in the matter, all of them are in a continuous state of motion. They're continuously moving, whether they are solid particles, liquid particles, or gas particles. Okay. Hmm? Yeah, all the particles, they are in a continuous state of motion. Okay, so they're continuously moving. All of them.
Write any notes, I just write matter of my thing.
Yeah, so if you think anything is important, so whatever I'm saying or whatever I'm writing, but I will share these slides also with you. I will save it, whatever I'm writing on it. I will save and I'll send it on OneNote. Okay, I'll paste in content library. So on weekend, I will make a section of chemistry in content library, and I will start sharing my these weekly notes. Okay, whatever. So you can consult it also. Okay, and yeah, one more thing very important, that you should in chemistry, you should know the reason of everything. Okay, that why this is happening. So if the solids are not fluids, then why they are not fluids? Why they cannot flow? Okay. Yeah.
Some questions
Hmm.
doesn't have any reason or an answer.
No, in scientific point of view, everything has reason. So whatever will be written in chemistry, it must have a reason. Okay, that why this is happening. So the liquids and gases, if they are flowing, then why they flow, why they are known as fluids. Okay, so you should know the reason of it. Next, on the same page, page number 3. Oh yeah, the first two pages, they are not included, okay, because it's just extra information. Okay, the first two pages. So that's not included, we just excluded it. So we are starting, we start this chapter from page number 3. Okay, from the first topic, actual topic. Okay, now this table, it describes the properties of solids, liquid, and gases. Okay, these are, can you tell me either these are physical properties or chemical properties?
Chemical.
No, physical.
Yeah, they're physical.
These
Okay.
are physical.
Yes, they're physical properties. So volume, density, shape, fluidity, all of these things are physical. Okay, chemical properties are those which, like, if they combine with each other. Okay, one thing combines with the other thing. That is chemical. If it shows a chemical reaction, if it shows a permanent change, that's a chemical change, a chemical property. Okay. So I left the space for the diagram. So solid particles, as I made previously also, that they are very close to each other and they only show to and fro movement at their own place. Okay, and the force of attraction between them is very strong. What is the force of attraction called, which is present between the particles? Any idea? Yeah. Intermolecular. Intermolecular, yeah. So the online students also, please note it down or write it, that the force of attraction present between the molecules is known as intramolecular. Okay, intramolecular forces of attraction. So in solid state, these forces are very strong, and most of the properties, physical properties or chemical properties, are because of these forces. So if these forces are strong or weak, so most of the properties depend upon this thing. Okay, like their shape, they have a fixed shape or they don't have a fixed shape. So it depends upon these forces. If the forces are strong, then obviously they have a fixed shape. Okay, and if the forces are slightly weak, then they have a loose structure like liquids. And if the forces of attraction are very weak or negligible, then it means it's a gas. Okay, very far from each other.
Is there anything important?
Yeah, this whole table. Okay, this table, and the reason that why solids have a fixed volume, because it's intermolecular forces, the forces are very strong and it has a fixed shape. Okay, these forces, they don't let the particles to leave their place, so they vibrate at their own place. Okay, at their own location. Yes.
Miss, any question? Like, just like you said, you can ask why is this solid liquid or gas like this or like.
Why? Yeah, why it has like this density, this share? Yeah.
Yeah, so we will write for solid there because they're tightly packed together and they have
Strong forces. Yeah.
stronger intermolecular forces.
Yeah.
And for liquid, they have less.
Less force or loose force of attraction. Yeah, weak, little bit weak. So that is why they have loose structure. Okay, but not very loose structure, not very weak. Okay, because if it is very weak, then it becomes gas. Yeah, no fixed volume. Okay. A volume is that the space it occupies. Okay. The space it occupies, that's the volume. What's density?
How heavy it is? How much mass it has?
Heaviness. Okay, then how much heavy or how much light it is? Its weight actually. Okay, that is density. So solids have high density. Again, high density is because of their structure. Okay, they are tightly packed, and as you can see that there are no or negligible negligible spaces.
Okay.
Negligible
What's the meaning of fluidity?
ability to flow. Fluidity is ability to flow. Okay, so solids, they have negligible, they don't have any spaces or very negligible spaces, so in a very tight structure. So that is why their density is high. They are heavy. Okay, they sink in water or in any liquid. The liquids, they have moderate density because again they have a loose structure and they have little bit spaces between them. Okay, and that is why they move also. They can leave their place. And the gases, they have very low density because of lots of empty spaces. Okay, they have lot of space between them. Okay, empty space, and because of this empty space, they are light in weight. Okay, this is about the shape, definite shape. Solids have definite shape, and liquids and gases, they don't have definite shape. They take the shape of the container. Okay, because again they have spaces, so they can adjust themselves according to the container. Okay, and fluidity is ability to flow, and we already discussed that solids cannot flow and liquids and gases they can. Okay, so word ability, if this thing comes, then it becomes ability of something, ability to do something. Okay, so fluidity, ability to flow. Okay, similarly later on you will study about volatility. Okay, volatile substance which evaporates, and volatility is ability to evaporate. Okay, so if ability comes, it means it's ability.
Teacher,
Yeah, if the word ability comes with anything, with any term, it becomes ability. It means ability. Yes, beta. Online students, any question?
teacher, can you ask in the exam why can gas flow easily?
What? Sorry. Ask again.
Why can gas flow easily?
Sorry, beta. I cannot understand what you are saying. Your voice is lagging a lot.
I'm
Can
saying
you write? Write in the chat box. I'll see.
Teacher,
Next one, page number 4. Yes.
plasma does has mass, right?
Which has mass?
Plasma.
Plasma. Yes.
Okay.
Why can gas flow easily? Beta, because of these spaces, the intermolecular forces. Because of intermolecular forces, they are weak. The forces. Okay. The girl just asked that why gases flow easily. The reason for this is that their forces are weak. Okay, forces are weak, and as we discussed that all the molecules, they are continuously moving. Okay, so if the forces are weak between them, then it will be very easy for them to flow in any direction, to move. Okay, because there's nothing is pulling them. Okay, so if you are pulling something, then it will be difficult for them to go. Okay, and if you not pull them, then they go easily, then they move easily. So because the forces are weak, this is the reason. I hope it's clear. Okay, now next page, phase changes. Phase changes are also very easy, and you're familiar with these things. Solid turning into liquid, and liquid turning into gas. And this is the similar in opposite direction. It can happen. Gas to liquid and liquid to solid. Okay, so what is the term used for solid to liquid turning?
Melting.
Yeah, melting. Good. It's melting. And liquid to gas?
Evaporating or evaporation.
Evaporation. And what is the other word? Good.
Boiling.
Okay.
Boiling. Gas to liquid?
Condensation.
Condensation. Awesome. Okay, liquid to solid?
Freezing.
Freezing. Okay. Is there any fifth change also? State change? Any other state change?
Sublimation.
Oh, good. Huh?
If gas turns to solid, that's called what?
Sublimation. In both directions. Sublimation occurs in both directions, solid to gas and gas to solid. Both of them are called sublimation. Okay.
For example, can you give us an example of gas turns solid?
Yeah. Example.
Yeah.
First, carbon dioxide. Okay. These are the examples of sublimation. Okay, which I'm writing in blue. So carbon dioxide turns into, when you give it a cold temperature, very very cold temperature, then the gas directly freezes. Okay. Then it turns. Yeah, that's sublimation. It turns into solid carbon dioxide, and it's has special name dry ice. Okay, dry ice is given is the name for solid carbon dioxide.
Oh, I've seen it in
Hmm?
many videos.
No, nitrogen has liquid stage. It has liquid stage. And number two, there is another example, iodine. Okay, iodine also solid can change into gas, gaseous iodine, and gaseous iodine can also change into solid directly without the liquid stage. Okay, so sublimation, remember the sublimation is edge without liquid state. Okay, and okay, after third example, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, third example is diamond. Okay, diamond also. So although diamond has a very strong structure, very hard structure, but when you give it heat, a lot of heat, it directly starts to change into gas. Okay, so this is like a diamond, and when you heat it very strongly, then it starts to turn into vapors. Okay, so diamond also shows sublimation. Now, one important thing in sublimation that in sublimation, the definition of sublimation is that direct change into from solid to gas and gas to liquid without liquid stage. But actually, there is a liquid stage in sublimation, but that is for a very small span of time that you can actually ignore it. Okay, like for example, like you can relate it with gas attraction. That in gas particles, between gas particles there is attraction, there is force of attraction, but it is so small or so less that we can neglect it, we can ignore it. We will say that there is no force of attraction between gas particles, we can ignore. Okay, similarly in sublimation there
Yes.
is a liquid stage, but for a very small time. Okay, for a very small time it just turns into liquid, and then again it starts turning into gas very quickly. Okay, so the difference between the two temperatures, the melting temperature and boiling temperature, is very small. Okay, the difference is very small. Yeah, so we actually ignore it. It's not stable, it's unstable stage.
Almost it's the same temperature.
Yeah. Okay, so the liquid stage is very unstable, so you should know this thing, that there is a liquid stage in sublimation, but we ignore it because liquid forms at for a very small time. Okay, that we cannot notice the liquid formation. The definition which we write is that directly it changes into gas or gas to solid. Okay, and these are the examples. Now, next thing is that few of these state changes, they need heating and some needs cold temperature. So which processes need high temperature?
Boiling.
Very good.
Melting.
Very good. Boil.
Or maybe
Boiling and
boiling
melting.
solid gas.
Solid to gas also, yeah, high temperature. So melting and boiling, boiling and sublimation from solid to gas, they need heating or high temperature, increase in temperature. Okay, increase in temperature. And sublimation from solid to gas. Okay, and the state changes in opposite direction, condensation and freezing, they need cooling or decrease in temperature. Okay, and sublimation from gas to solid, when we solidify something. Yeah, when we turn something into ice or when we solidifies it, then it needs a cold temperature. Okay, decrease in temperature. So freezing, condensation, they need low temperature. So this is one of the points. Can I change the slide, girls?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This diagram is in your book, right? So changes in state and the same thing which I wrote and explained. Okay, gas to liquid, liquid to solid, Sublimation can happen in both directions. Okay, this is the definition of sublimation. This one, that few solids change directly from solid to gas on heating. The term sublimation is used for the change in either direction. Okay, so it can be gas solid to gas and gas to solid.
As I don't remember wrong, that if a substance turns solid to gas, that's called sublimation.
And it can happen in the other direction also. Yeah. Okay, and this arrow is representing temperature. Okay, then if the temperature is going higher, then it turns from solid to liquid and liquid to gas.
And how about the gas turns to solid?
Sublimation, decreased temperature. Yeah. Okay. Now there is one thing. Upon heating, when you have a solid and you heat it, then what happened to the particles that it turned into liquid? The movement? Yeah. The movement increases because of the which energy? Yeah, very good. The particles absorb heat energy, and that heat energy is converted into kinetic energy. Okay. And as you all know, that kinetic energy is energy due to movement. Okay. So because of the movement, because of the kinetic energy, their movement increases, and when the movement increases, this movement or this speed actually overcomes the attractive forces. Okay, it overcomes the attractive forces, and when it overcomes the attractive forces, then the forces starts to break. Okay, they start loosen up, start going far from each other. Yeah. It increases, yes, kinetic energy increases. Okay, when we melt something, when we take ice out of the refrigerator, then it absorbs the energy from the surroundings. Okay, and that heat energy, it converts into kinetic energy, and particles start moving fast. Okay, faster, and then it overcomes the forces break, and the particles, they will become liquid particles, they get loosened up. Okay, they become liquid. And same happens with the liquid. When we heat it and boil it, then it turns into gas particles because the movement increases further. Okay, and the same thing happens in opposite direction. No, not the same thing, the opposite thing happens actually, because when we give them cold temperature, the particles relax, they release their energy. Okay, and when they release their energy, they come close to each other. Okay, it's the same thing happens like if you see yourself also. If you take the example of yourself in winters, what happens? Like, yeah, we feel cold and we feel lazy also. No. In winters, like
Yes.
I feel like laying in the bed all day or with the
You want to just
blanket on
cuddle.
and everything.
Yeah, you don't want to move that
Yeah,
much.
we don't want to move, yeah, out of the bed, and we just want to be relaxed and to stay wherever we are. Yeah.
And
So
just
this
drink
is what
hot
happens. The
chocolate.
molecules actually, yeah, hot chocolate, coffee. I want to drink them. So the particles actually relax. They release their energy. So our body molecules also, those particles also release energy. Okay, they become lazy. So these particles, they become relaxed after releasing their energy when we give them cold temperature, and they come close. Okay, and when they become close to them, when they come close to each other, they turn into liquid and then to solid. So this thing happens. Okay, so upon heating, they absorb the energy, and when we decrease the temperature, they release their energy. Hmm?
That's why when we open the fridge,
Hmm.
the gas comes out.
So
That's
that's diffusion, no? Yeah, that's diffusion, and also that the flow of energy, flow of heat is from hot objects. The hot particles, they always want to go towards cold. Okay, so that's why when you open the fridge, you can actually see the movement, like something is happening. The gas comes out. Okay, the particles move. Okay, what is this theory called? The absorption of energy. kinetic energy increases, turning into other state. You studied it. No, no. This is called some theory, okay, from K. Let's play hangman. Something theory of P. When I'll tell you, you will say, oh, studied kinetic theory of particles. Kinetic theory of,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so this easy theory, and girls told me that I think you studied it in physics last year, or maybe
think.
last year.
We're not
But you have studied it in science, maybe the particle states of matter science, yeah. Okay, so this word is used kinetic because of that kinetic energy again. Okay, because the particles energy increase. This will come again. Okay, inshallah. Like I think after some pages, this topic will come again. Kinetic theory of particles. So I just gave you the introduction so that later on we can cover it quickly. Yeah, the time is up.
I thought that there's a fire.
Okay, so we'll continue with the phase changes. Okay, tomorrow.
The kinetic theory of
Particles. Kinetic theory of particles. So melting, freezing, and everything. Inshallah, phase changes. Melting points. Inshallah, these things we will study tomorrow.
like little point.
It depends upon your interest. The online girls also, do you have any question, Mita?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Oh, okay. So you can also go and take a break, okay, and prepare for the next class.
Thank you.
Okay,
Allah Hafiz.
Same to you.
teachers. I wish I'm pronouncing correct, right?
Yeah. Bye bye. Love this.